hope Trinity can be summed up in just one sentence, which is the rigorous pursuit of excellence, balanced by compassionate concern for individuals.
Toshiba really understand that schools don't have that money to spend, so every pound has to deliver added value throughout the sort of life cycle of the learning process.
It's really good to start off with. You come in the morning, turn it on, and it's straight on. No waiting around, no sort of whirring and going. It just starts immediately. I tend to have it split screen, so I've got my emails on the screen, and then on the projected screen I've got all my work that I'm doing as well, which is really handy. Working on a PowerPoint while you're doing some research, or maybe you're doing some data in Excel and then you're copying it across to the presentation.
The killer functionality for me with the Toshiba Z10t actually was the pen. As well as coming with a stylus, you can get an optional pressure sensitive pen. It's not battery powered, and it actually means I can properly handwrite onto the screen, and students can as well. So what that means is suddenly a completely paperless workflow is possible.
What it's allowed me to do that I couldn't before, I'm a bit of a geek, I guess, and I quite enjoy playing with these things, so I've managed to get a little wide-eye receiver in, so it's connected a lot of the time via wireless display, so as you saw in the lesson I can just pick the thing up and walk around with it, and I can scribble on slides or give it to the kids to write on as well, which makes quite a big difference to them, if only because it's fun to do and it makes them think about what they're doing. And you know, being able to pass around, like in the lesson I passed around a blank diagram that they each added something to, and before doing something like that on paper or even on a little whiteboard, you could only see what the people had done before you, whereas with it being up on the screen through wide-eye, it means that they can see exactly what's going on the whole time through, and you get people picking out what other people are doing right and what they're doing wrong and how they can change it. So it makes it a lot more collaborative, and it makes it a lot easier for the students to see what each other's doing.
Other things about the Z10t that we liked, it's got the biggest range of ports, and it may seem like a sort of small issue, but actually loads of schools are still using projectors with VGA. We still need Ethernet ports. We also need HDMI, which it's got. We need SD card slots, which it's got. Every eventuality is covered. So overall, pound for pound, we thought it was the best tool for the job, and I would say a year on, it still is.
The best thing for me is that you've got the processing power of a PC in a tablet device, which uses a platform that I'm completely familiar with and enables me to use technology that we've had in the classroom. It's small, compact, portable, but all the processing power that I need.
You had a massive QED box and then light gates, and you plug everything in, wires everywhere, no computers, and it would take about half an hour to set it all up. Whereas this is literally turn the computer on, log on, plug in the light gates, and you're recording data straight away with a little bit of setup time, which is brilliant for the kids because it means they can concentrate on actually learning the physics rather than learning which lead to plug in where and when and how. The other brilliant thing about doing it all on the computer, it means that you can then export the data straight across to Excel, so you don't have to write things down, and you can then analyse the data in Excel itself. It's
incredibly powerful. I think that relationship between the kind of hardware that Toshiba are producing and the kind of software that Microsoft are producing means my life in a year has become significantly easier. I am far more productive than I was before I had the Z10t and the power that I can leverage of having Office 365, not just in the cloud, but I have it running on my Windows 8 laptop at home, and so I can go and grab whatever device that I need. But certainly in school, the Z10t is pretty much wedded to my side wherever I go.
We're using the tablets for molecular behaviour, looking at the relationship between pressure and volume and pressure and temperature. We're using it for forces and motion, so we've got position sensors. We're using it for electric circuits and magnetism. So in a sense, there aren't many parts of the syllabus where we're not looking to use this type of technology.
It's the robustness of the product, the flexibility of the product, the fact that you've got a powerful desktop device which also gives you the ability to convert into a tablet device, and the response is positive from staff and students on using the devices.
I think if you took my Toshiba tablet away from me now and I went back to the desktop, I would be lost, because I've just got the light device that I can carry from home to school. I can work on the train. I can, it's just a lot easier than it was before, saving it here to a secure device to take it home.
We've been delighted. Again, it's how it's used, but clearly you need a good product that's accessible, that works, that you don't have endless problems where teachers prepare lessons and then something doesn't quite work, and that can actually ruin a lesson. So our experience so far has been enormously positive.